Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So as we get into the back end of the trading week, I did want to look at Twitter and Facebook at some point, as they were really, well, Facebook is still flying high because after winning their antitrust lawsuit last week, when their shares jumped over 5% and actually hit record highs, and then they entered the $1 trillion club, let's say. Twitter also, look at the markets shortly, they were also going quite high and trying to get back to recent highs as well. But it seems that the former President Donald Trump has had his way again, or his say, let's say, after that he has filed a class action lawsuit against Twitter, Facebook and Google. And it mainly comes down to Twitter when they actually they suspended his account last January, of just before he was taken out of office over his comments about the Capitol riots that actually saw some people killed. So he actually responded yesterday to say that it's a very special day for freedom of speech. But you know, Twitter did come back to say that the tweets that resulted in Mr. Trump's ban for glorification of violence on January the 8th, which were 2 days after the rioting, and the riot followed his repeated claims without evidence that the election was rigged in Joe Biden's favor. So this is quite a, he's not president anymore, but it could be enough to shake up these companies, as he has come out to say that if they can ban the president, then they can ban anyone, which, to be honest, Twitter does have the right to ban any social media content that it finds slightly disturbing, and so does Facebook as well. So you have to think to yourself, was it justified that this happened? So, and where will this court case go when this class action lawsuit, will it affect prices in general? So just looking at Twitter for the first stock today, and with the assistance of the Ichimoku cloud, we've seen that Twitter has been on a very high ascension at the moment. We've got the top border of the Ichimoku cloud just over the $60 mark, and it looks like it's not slowing down at the moment. So what I'm looking at in the next few trading sessions is if we can beat these recent peaks, $73, and then hitting this previous one roughly about the $80 zone, which will be quite significant. On the RSI, I've seen slight divergence in this case. So this could actually bring prices a little bit lower if we don't, if momentum does stay in this region here. We could be looking for a bit of a turn to the downside, and then I'll be testing this top border of the Ichimoku cloud as well. So that'll just be something to keep an eye out for myself. Intraday, not too much in the way of things going south for Twitter. We're just looking to see if we're going to hit this Ichimoku cloud border. The base and conversion lines are hanging onto the candlesticks, which could mean prices could be coming down slightly, and with the slight bearish divergence that we just noted on the RSI, then things can take a little bit of a turn to the downside shortly, but we'll see how that plays out. Facebook as well, as you can see, you know, we had this big ascension when they won, well, the antitrust lawsuit was dropped, and you know, the judge favored it in favor of Facebook, sorry. So again, just seeing these meteoric rise to the upside, and I don't expect it to slow down anytime soon. You could say there was a slight bearish divergence there, as this was a higher high previously, but maybe not too much in the way to bring prices to a standstill at the moment. And just looking to see what the potentials are on intraday as well. Just get rid of these arrows that I was supposed to get rid of before, but never mind. And as you can see, you know, no signs of slowing down for Facebook. I would just be cautious that if we do get a little bit of a reversal, then the previous peaks that we've seen before the big ascension, 340, 330, these $10 moves, we're at 350 now, so we could be in for a little bit of a come down, $10 if we get a bit of a retracement back to previous levels. Again, I'm just going to be seeing there is a slight bearish divergence, but it might not be anything to worry about if you are a bull in the market at least. So we'll see how that plays out in the next few trading sessions. So that's all from the Stockwatch today. Thank you very much for joining me. As usual, if you have any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.